welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. I'm joined as always by my co-host Bainey. Good to be back, and always good to be here on a Monday night talking Barossa Light and Gawler footy.
Fantastic, isn't it, Chook? The highlight of my week. It's been a massive week on and off the field, and I can't wait to dissect it and get into it with you. But more importantly, good to catch up as well.
It always is. Some exciting news, Brad. The fans would have seen last week. We announced Gary Lyon is our special guest, or Nathan Lyon, I should say, is our special guest for the Barossa Grand Final luncheon. 4th year that we're going to be holding the luncheon, and one of the best days on the calendar.
It's bigger than Ben-Hur, this luncheon, Chook. It's massive. It's taken over, and the after party as well at the Exchange. We'll get down there and we'll warm it up for them.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things happen there. A lot of laughter, a lot of tears.
Yes.
Always a great night. So make sure you jump on, grab your tickets. They're going to go super fast having Nathan Lyon, the Test cricket great that he is, involved. We've got to thank the Exchange Hotel, our major sponsor, along with all of our partners who help the show go to air each and every week. We're going to come back with a feel-good fill-up very quickly after this. As we said, thank you to all of the sponsors who help the show go to air each and every week, along with our segment sponsor of the Feel Good Fill Up, Rejuvenate Sports and Remedial Therapy. Make sure you see Brad and the team. 10% off if you mention the Benchwarmers. Just do you quite nicely. I'm going to throw it over to you, Bainey. What do you got this week?
Massive one, Chook. We've gone far and wide this week, all the way over to Western Australia. This week it goes to the Ravensthorpe and District Football Association, located in the south coast of Western Australia. You might be wondering what's special about this league. They play a full season. They battle it out on Grand Final Day for all the glory. The only unique thing about this league, Chook, is there are 2 teams in the league. Every week, the Hopetown Sharks, they take on the Ravensthorpe Tigers on Grand Final Day. Like we said, they battle out for the Premiership Cup. And of course, they also battle out on Grand Final Day for the wooden spoon. Whoever doesn't come away with the chockies takes home a wooden spoon, which is... I thought that was just fantastic. I checked Play HQ. It is a real thing. I checked it. Last year, there were 10 minor round games. The Sharks took the chockies 9 times, and the Tigers 1 win for the year out of 10, but they made the grand final, so credit to them. And on Play HQ, the grand final results are still pending, so they got a bit lazy on grand final. I think whoever's responsible for that has hit the frothies a bit too hard. He might have been going for the Sharks, who you'd think they got the chockies then, but I can't give you any more than that because I did my research and it's not there. So that's special. Well done to the Ravensthorpe and District Football Association, because that is special.
How have you found out about that?
It takes me to funny places, the feel good fill up, Chook, and that's the special thing about it. You could have a doom and gloom week, but when you've got to find something positive for everyone and find it for yourself and find it for the people at home, because they've had a rough week. It's rainy, it's crap at home, the footy's miserable, the Crows and Port are struggling. They tune in every week to be cheered up, and we've gone over to Ravensthorpe in Western Australia. So that's the beauty of the feel good fill up. It takes us anywhere.
Well done, Brad. Interested to see what were the results on the weekend, you know?
No, well, they haven't been filling out Play HQ. I think the league's still going. As far as I know, the league is still going. But I don't think they fill out Play HQ anymore. There's too many admin costs.
Might be the old pen and paper over there, you think, as well. Well done, and well done to all the people over there in Ravensthorpe as well, Brad. So, well done. Good stuff. We're going to throw to a break, come back, talk PLG footy, but that's left us stumped over here. And welcome back as we talk about round 10 in the BLNG, just composing ourselves from that feel-good fill-up. Brad, well done.
Thanks, mate. It did get me thinking, though. It'd be interesting to do a Ravensthorpe footy show. It'd be not much content to talk about.
No, there wouldn't be, and I'm not sure what the viewership would be like, or the ability to get a couple of sponsors a shout-out as well. They might all already be involved in the club somehow, I imagine. But let's have a look at a comp that is thriving, Brad, and it's the Barossa Light and Gawler Association. In Game 1, Newry 11-9-75, defeated by South Gawler 14-9-93. This competition at the moment, it's so hard to get a form line on.
It's tough to pick, Matt. We talked about it last week, obviously, and I just could not see South slipping 2 games up. They haven't done that in a long time. It'll be a number of years before they've slipped up 2 in a row. They would have put everything into this, and one lad they would have loved to have back was Steve Burton. Obviously, with Crows having the bye in the SANFL, he was a handy inclusion. Best on ground for South and 4 goals. Henry Bennison, also 4 goals for South Gawler. He's a star. And for Newry, it was Canizaro, best on ground, and Bentley and Bart Ryan, 3 goals. South Gawler 10-8 to 5-5 at half-time. They certainly come out to play, and this puts them a clear second on 7 wins, with Newry now tied with the rest of the pack on 6 wins, Chook.
It's unbelievable to see in South. We know they're a different side when Burton plays, but as I said off the top, hard to get a form line. I don't know what else to say about these two sides. They're going to be at the pointy end again, and maybe all these other sides have been foxing us, and South just wouldn't get it done at the right time of year. Who knows? Let's have a look at game 2, Brad. It was Gawler Central 10-18-78, defeated by Freeling 16-5, 101. Big win by the Redlegs.
Big win by the Redlegs, Chook, and a star there, Brad Englis, best on ground and 9 goals. That puts him second on the goal kicking on 35 goals. We'll touch on that in a sec. For Gawler Central, it was Brad Mitchell, best on ground, and Jenna, 4 goals. It was very close at half time, Chookie. It was 4 points in it. Freeling just having the rub of the green there, and then they ran away with it in the second half.
Yeah, 9 goals to Inglis on the weekend. Gawler Central's are struggling to keep the big key forwards down this year. They've had some big bags kicked against them, but yeah, good to see from Inglis. A name that we haven't spoken much about. We'll have to find out a bit about Brad over the next few weeks, unless you've already got anything about him.
I haven't, although we should be speaking more about him, because he could quite go on to potentially win the league goal kicking this year. Only 2 behind, Chook, and we did hear a little bit about Lehman potentially with a knee potentially last week. So. Yep. We don't know heaps of details on that.
Not sure how long,
but so we'll look into that.
See how we go. Let's have a look at the next game, and it was Tanunda taking on Angaston, and we were excited to see this one, to see where the two sides were at. It was Tanunda 11-7-73, defeating Angaston 4-8-32. So another good win by the Pies.
That's right, Chookie. They just keep on keeping on. They lost the first game of the year, Tanunda, and haven't slipped up in a number of weeks. They're 8 weeks. They're 8-1 at the minute. So they are flying, and we were warned earlier in the year. Calhoun, best on ground. That is a familiar name. He's a star. When he wants to play, he plays really well. Sutcliffe, 4 goals as well. Chook back in the side for Tanunda. One of those fly-in, fly-out workers that they love to have. Miles for Angaston was best on ground, and Jed Durden, 2 goals. Your boy. You love how he goes about it, Chookie. Shay Linky didn't play again. We don't know if it's a holiday or work, or he's just sort of waiting for the pointy end of the season now. He's probably done enough, Shay. He's a star, and I can't wait to see him come back in. This does put Tanunda 1 game and 10%, if you don't mind, ahead of the next, ahead of South Gawler. So they are sitting pretty, Chook.
They are, and playing great footy, and it's amazing. Sammy Calhoun's played with some niggles the last few years, so he's been in and out of the side. He's managed to get the body right. He's probably still playing sore to some extent, Sam, but at least he's being able to play every week at the moment. And you talk about those blokes. He's not having to do the heavy lifting all the time when you have Linky, Cowan, Sutcliffe, Gers, we should say. All these boys coming in to support. It allows Sammy to go about his business. But they're a great side, and showing why they are the best side in the comp and going to be right there, challenging in finals, and they've got the talent to do so, which is exciting to see, Brad, as well. Let's have a look at the last game, and it was Barossa 12-5-77, defeated by Williston 13-12-90. Close game, which we probably expect from where we see these two sides at, but one Williston will be happy to walk away with the points for.
That's right, Matt. 25 scoring shots to 17, so probably does Barossa a little bit of justice on the scoreboard there. Barossa, they are a quality outfit, and they're always going to fly the flag and make teams earn it. Williston, they're cracking on nicely. That puts them to 6 wins and sitting pretty nicely in the top 4. As we touched on before, Nick Lehman, the full forward, he's been kicking massive goals, leading the goal kicking for the league. He wasn't named on the weekend, and we did hear whispers of potentially a knee or something like that, as we spoke about. So we'll look into that. Fingers crossed for him, because you never like to see the stars of the comp on the sidelines. Hopefully it is only something minor. For Barossa, it was Johnson best on ground, and Alex Arthur 4 goals. We don't often see him pop up for a big bag. He's usually setting them up, the crafty half forward. So 4 goals for him. He's cashed in, and it was Cormac best on ground, and Watson 5 goals for Williston. They obviously had to find some different avenues to go. Hoskin popped up for a couple, as he does. For Barossa, Carpenter 2 goals, but it just wasn't enough for them.
Yeah, and I think they're two sides that, as we said, they're in a pretty similar position at the moment. And with what we've seen from Williston, I probably thought they were going to be better than what they are, but they look like they're going to be, that 4 to 6 sort of side now with how they're positioned. Watson's a player I like from Williston. They've got him from Modbury. He's quite nice and good to see him finding his feet and hitting the scoreboard as well. So. It's two sides that I'm excited to watch what happens over the next 8 weeks for them, or 7 games, I should say. But I think Williston are going to be the one that'll just slip into that 4th spot, and you don't know what sort of damage they can do in finals. So going to be exciting to watch, and looking forward to keeping up with the results over the next couple of weeks, Brad. So well done on all your analysis of the games. As we said, this comp is so exciting at the moment, as exciting as it's been as long as I can remember and as long as we've done this show. So we're going to have a quick break, thank our sponsors, and then we'll come and have a look at round 11. Again, thank you to our sponsors. Help the show go to air each and every week. Brad, let's have a look at round 11. Game 1, Williston and Tanunda. Williston need to be challenging the best in the comp to be able to play finals and give it a good nudge come the pointy end.
That's right, mate. We do have 3 teams tied on 6 wins at 3rd, 4th and 5th. So it's obviously a massive game. They all are going forward now. There's not long left for the season. So massive game for Williston. I'm a numbers man, and Tanunda's numbers are stacking up as good as any. 8 wins, they're a game clear, and 10%. I think they're flying, and they'll get the chockies. Yeah,
there is rumoured to be some bad weather on Saturday as well. So I don't know who that actually favours. They're two quite skilled sides. So I'm not sure who that favours, but I feel like Tanunda might have some bigger bodies that might suit. So I am going to go with the Pies. They're in red hot form as well. Game 2, Angaston taking on Gawler Centrals.
Big game again for the ladder. Angaston, they're trying to stay in touch with that top 4. They are currently sitting 5th, but equal with 3rd. So Gawler Centrals, they're flying the flag at the minute. They had, after the bye, they've had a few injuries come back. They're close to Freeling. They beat Kapunda the week before. So they're a lot more competitive than the start of the year, but I don't think they'll be as competitive with Angaston, and I think they'll get the chockies, Angaston.
Agree. I am going the Panthers as well. Freeling taking on Nuriupa, Brad.
Freeling got the tail up, Chookie. They're going well at the minute. Newry, they're a quality side, and whether I'm a boring tipster or a numbers man, whatever you want to call it, I think Newry will have this one.
Yeah, I'm not going too far away from you this week, Brad, keeping it very same, and I'm with the Rovers as well. In the last game, Brad, South Gawler taking on Kapunda.
Yeah, South have been scratchy, if you can say that. They're currently sitting 2nd on the ladder, but they're not their dominant selves just yet. But time will tell. They might have a bit more up their sleeve. I think South will get this one pretty comfortably. I'm
with you. And the Lions as well on Saturday. So a boring round for the tipsters, but there's going to be plenty exciting ones to come in the coming weeks that I'm looking forward to. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. We look forward to being back next week to talk more BL&G footy.